Hello and welcome to the first official episode, not including the casting call, of Total Drama Multiverse. This is a lore episode, so I didn't really know what to put on the first screen, so there's just nothing here. Your screen's not broken, I promise. But yeah, this is a lore episode. No, the actual game show will start on Friday, like with our alliances, eliminations, challenges, stuff like that. And then I did tell somebody in the comments section, but I do want to say, I think it was after episode 3 or 4 I said, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm saying it right now. After episode 1 or episode 2 rather, on Friday, the first episode of the game show, on that video, you can comment challenge ideas if you want to have a chance to get your challenge added into the season. With a lot of these early challenges, it doesn't matter too much what the actual physical challenge is. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's get into it with our first person we're going to be talking about today, Chef. After Chris settled down on the new island, he went down to the reboot van and inserted Chef's card into the side. Slowly, Chef materialized on top of the van. "Where am I?" a dazed Chef asked. "You're alive!" Chris exclaimed while running over to Chef and hugging him. "Chris, what's going on?" "Here, take a seat. I'll explain everything." So, of course, like y'all already know, Chef is back and alive. And the reason I said chance for challenge requests is I have certain challenge requests with Chef. Not challenge requests. I have certain challenges that have to do with Chef. And I have a new gimmick that I'm not introducing until it actually happens, but it's majorly hinted at on another one of the slides we'll be looking at today. So for those challenge episodes, obviously I'm not going to be taking requests. But that gimmick shouldn't be in the game for a bit. So yeah, that's Chef. Then we have Lauren, aka Scary Girl. But nobody calls her Scary Girl anymore. So I'm from now on gonna at least attempt to only call her Lauren, because not a single person in canon calls her Scary Girl anymore. So this is 4 months later from the Chef thing. Lauren's insomnia always kept her up, but this time something was different. As she stared into her mirror, she thought endlessly about twists and challenges she could make if she was the host. She was happy that I completely forgot to put a period there. Don't sue me. That's not how that saying goes, but whatever. She was happy she gets to compete again, but she knows she could do more than that. "Maybe I should just kill Chris and take over the show myself," she said to herself. "No!" she suddenly jerked. "Dad and Ezekiel are the first people to ever truly love me. I couldn't hurt them." Why not?" she said to her reflection. "It's all you're good at. Do you truly believe that they love you? They're just using you like everyone else does." "Stop it! Get out of my head!" Give in, Lauren. Or should I say Scary Girl? For that's all you are, and that's all you'll ever be. Lauren sat sobbing on her bed until there was a knock at the door. Again, sorry for the typos, but I doubt y'all really care. I'll fix them after the video. So yeah, with Lauren, we kind of got a Gabby from Disventure Camp situation going on, but a little more depressing instead of used for comedic relief. So that's happening. And remember, Lauren's wish is to host a season of Total Drama. That's her wish if she wins. But then we have Chris McLean. He opened Lauren's door and sat on the edge of her bed. "Hey, what's wrong?" Oh, and I should say real quick, why is his image in the way of the word down there? Oh my gosh. But I should say real quick, Chris and I already almost said Scary Girl. Chris and Lauren and Ezekiel all have like a really strong bond. Obviously, Lauren and Ezekiel have like a brother-sister thing going, and Chris does genuinely see them as his kids, and is at least the best father Chris McLean of all people can be to them. So Chris opened Lauren's door and sat on the edge of her bed. "Hey, what's wrong? Were you talking to someone?" "Dad, do you love me?" "Absolutely I do. As a daughter, of course. Why do you doubt? Did I do something wrong?" "No, but I have these bad thoughts sometimes. I try to avoid them, but the voices keep getting louder." "Huh. Well, what are they saying? They want me to do bad things. Like, for example, they want me to kill you and take over the show just because I want to be a host someday. Really? I didn't know you wanted to be host. Here, I'll tell you what. I'm still gonna host the season, but you can pitch. You can pitch in here and there, so you can get some experience. Plus, if you get eliminated, maybe I'll let you co-host an episode or two. Really? You'd do that for me? Yes, you're my daughter now, after all. Thank you, Lauren squealed and hugged Chris until he could barely breathe. So, there's the hint I was talking about. I'm not going to reveal too much on that yet because it's more than just co-hosting. But yeah. Also, one quick thing. I've never said this for any of the other lore episodes, but I'm saying it here. Yes, I'm not trying to freaking voice act. So, just pretend that the voice of Scary Girl is the voice you're hearing, and the voice of Chris is the voice you're hearing, whichever Chris you want to use. Don't like it. Yeah, because I'm not about to try to voice act any of these characters, okay? But yeah, that's Chris. So then we have, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, Tristan and Della, 1 month after that. So, of course, these are two characters that are contestants. This is also going to be where I quickly remind y'all, this is the last time I'm going to talk about this for the season. So I'm going to quickly remind y'all, stuff that Ezekiel says. Ezekiel's saying it. I'm not saying it. Ezekiel's saying it. Okay? Okay. Tristan and Della, 1 month later. Chris was never good with emotional conversations or being a mentor, but he knew how he could make Lauren happy. When it was time to start selecting cast members, Chris let Lauren pick the first two. Typo again, damn it. How come I'm not allowed to pick any contestants, eh? Ezekiel whined. Look, man, she needs this, Chris leaned in. It's the only way to calm her voices. Whatever. After looking through hundreds of realities, Lauren decided on Della and Tristan. Della agreed quickly, as if she wins, she can finally be free from her aunt. Tristan agreed quickly as well. Tris was was already planning on signing up for this venture camp soon anyway. So Tristan, this is before Tristan signs up to be on the game show. So Tristan hasn't done any of that yet. Where was I? Tristan agreed quickly as well. Tris was already planning to go to this venture camp soon anyway. Yeah. Plus, Lauren and Tristan really clicked. All three of them did, but mainly Lauren and Tristan. The three of them couldn't stop complimenting each other's outfits and makeup. Ugh, Zeke groaned. Are these girls ever gonna shut up? Actually, I'm not a girl, Tristan replied. Really? You don't look or sound like a boy, 'cause I'm not that either. Oh, you're one of them. Ezekiel rolled his eyes and sighed. Don't worry about him, Lauren started while shooting a glare at Ezekiel. He's close-minded as hell. Plus, he grew up on a farm with more than one type of pig. Ezekiel looked away and walked out of the room. Oh, okay, Tristan said awkwardly. Remember, Tristan's whole thing is that Tris wants people to not make stuff about the identity, and to like just chill out and not be all political or in the identities of everyone all the time and just hang out and be chill. That's Tristan's whole thing. As for Della, she's just also here because goth character. So yeah, then we get to I'm on the wrong screen. Ezekiel or Zeke. So Ezekiel sat right outside the reality hangar, which, by the way, after this slide, I will we'll go over some lore real quick with like the new map and stuff, or the new island, not map. This is not Fortnite. Ezekiel sat right outside of the reality hangar, sad and confused. Him and Lauren hung out all the time ever since the double elimination last season, because remember they were both eliminated at the same time. But lately she's been distant. Now she has these new friends, and Chris is giving her special treatment. Not to mention what she said about his old parents. Hey Zeke, you doing all right? Ezekiel looked up to see Patrice. Oh my goodness, holy stutter. Patrice standing over him. Why do you care? Well, you look like you could use someone to hang out with. and Sky's busy being a human 0 point anyway. She sat next to him and they talk and laugh well into the night. So, let's do some island explanation. So basically the island is a lot like Wawanakwa, except remember how Pocateo had 2 peaks? Well, this one has 3. So there's 3 of the iconic Wawanakwa peaks. The island can just be called like Wawanakwa 2.0 or something. It doesn't really matter. And outside of that, it's still got like the cabins and the dock and the campfire ceremony and all that. It's still in the same place. But on the back of the island, next to Chris's new mansion, which is way bigger than freaking his whatever he lived in. What was it, like suite or condo or whatever he lived in? It's a lot bigger than that because obviously he has like infinite funds now that he can control or he can travel realities. So next to that, they've built a reality hangar, which he can't use on his own since there's no 0 point shard on the island. And his little rift gun can only be used to like have like 2 or 3 people move around with it, like move between realities with it if they're holding hands, but not enough to like send people back to certain realities without moving him and stuff like that. So what they do is they have Sky basically be their human 0 point because right now Hope and Peely and Jones are busy anyway, dealing with Doctor Doom because now it's Chapter 5, Season 4 in the Fortnite timeline. So they're a little busy. So Sky, using her 0 point powers, which again we'll explain more and go into more during the game show, she's able to basically become a human 0 point for them. Anyways, we have our final slide of the day, but this is the one that's going to take the longest because this is everybody else. I didn't feel like making 15 more slides, so I'll just yap instead. This is a very messy slide because I still wanted to put all 15 logos. So let's quickly go over each character one by one. We'll just go over the characters as they are left to right, as their logos are left to right, and top to bottom. So like Pokemon is our first one. Ash pretty quickly agreed. His wish if he wins is to become a Pokemon master, but he's still, now that he's given it a little more thought, he doesn't know if he'd even use it on that because he does like the journey. But that's at least what his wish is for now. So Ash agreed just because Ash seems like a dude who would agree for almost anything. He comes out of like that X and Y Sun and Moon era, almost anything that isn't like bad. He seems like a chill, go with the flow kind of dude. So he's like, this will be fun. It's a new experience for him. And then the Gaslight District, Mel agreed very quickly because one, she thinks it's kind of cool to be around other humans. Not everyone on there is a human, like Guinevere, for example, or Della, for example, but a lot of these people are human. So she thinks that's kind of cool, but she also wants to not be a human so that she's not a huge burden for her entire world, and not like literally if anyone finds out besides her dad, then they're going to try to kill her. So that's why she joined. Metroid has Samus. Samus joined just because Samus has been doing her job, her bounty hunting job, for so long. She just wants all those bad aliens to just die so that she can have peace and live in peace for a little bit. So just live a nice, cozy, comfortable life if she wins. Then Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Goofy, again, doesn't know what he's getting himself into with how dark some of these other characters are. So he's just like, oh, that'll be fun. And see, that's what happens when I try to voice act. Oh, that'll be fun. Who cares? Just a new experience, right? Whatever. But who cares what he really thinks? Then we have Super Mario. Daisy took up the offer because of the wish at the end. She really wants to be the most popular princess over Peach. So that's why she very clearly wanted that. So she agreed pretty quickly. Gorillas. 2D agreed to have a break because he's been wanting to go on a vacation especially from like Murdoch and stuff with all the cult stuff going on. He's just not really wanted to deal with all that. Or not the cult stuff. We're not that far in the timeline. Where am I taking 2D out? I guess we'll take... I don't think it matters too much. Probably just before all the cult stuff happens. But he's still, like, Murdoch's an ass to him. He wants a break from all of that. Puss in Boots, obviously, this is just... He's like, oh, well, I lost the other wish that I would have gotten. But you know what? I can have my cake and eat it too. So... he'll try to go for that. He also thinks that he would be able to dominate the game pretty easily with his flirting skills. Then for Little Nightmares, 6, which you can barely even see on this slide, but she's right here by Alice, and she's on Samus's shoulder. 6 decided to do it, 1, so that she can be taller, and 2, so that she can stop her hunger. That's the main thing. It's her endless hunger. She's hopefully trying to get out of her reality since her reality is so terrible. So yeah, she wants to stop her endless hunger. So she agreed for the wish at the end. Same with Alice for the same 2 reasons. 1, because she wants something, this being her face, and 2, because she wants to get out of the Jojo Studios. So both of them pretty quickly agreed for similar reasons. Solo leveling has Jinwoo. Remember, Jinwoo does not look like how he does on this image right now. He looks like a weak little baby. So he does not know. He got killed and then woke up from his like RPG stuff in the hangar. And Chris started talking to him. So he actually thought it was heaven at first. So yeah, he doesn't know about that whole rank thing, like his RPG rank thing. He knows he's an E rank and he wants to be S rank. So he thinks if he can do this, not only will he be proud of himself for going against all these crazy competitors, but also he'll be able to actually help people and do what he wants to do. Then there's, of course, Captain Underpants, who, again, just like Goofy, similar reasons. He thinks it'd be fun. He thinks it'll make him be able to have more underpants power if he wins. I don't know. Or be free from Mr. Cropper. Something, again, doesn't really matter too much, but he agrees under the same kind of stuff as Goofy. It'll be a fun little side quest. Jack from AJR agrees, just 1 for vacation and break from all the hate, and 2 just to chill out, because obviously there's been a lot, well, not obviously if you don't know who Jack Met is, but there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. Also, quickly for Jack, this is right before, this is right as they're writing the Maybe Man, but before their dad died. I wanted to make that clear because since Jack is a real person, I wanted to bring Jack in before his dad died, because I don't want to bring that up as a plot point, because that'd be mad disrespectful. But also I feel like it would be a plot point realistically if it had already happened. So it's around that area when they were releasing like I Won't and DJ's Trying for Help, but starting to write it more. So then Knights of Guinevere. This is around the pilot episode while she's in the trash bin instead of getting picked up by Frankie. Guinevere instead gets brought to the island, but obviously she's like disgusting looking. So, but Chris has seen her potential, and what he does is he goes to Fritz's reality, and he grabs an illusion disc. Why does he know about this? He's just been studying multiverse stuff for a while, so that he can use them in challenges and stuff. So he grabs an illusion disc, sticks it on Guinevere's chest, and she looks new. And also, he freaking reboots her. So she's awake and alive. He reboots her with like the 0 point energy is enough to reboot her. Again, not sure how that works in canon. There's only been one episode, but that's good enough. So yeah, Sky is able to use the 0 point energy to revive her, and then he gives her the illusion disc. So for our last two, Steve Minecraft, who knows what's going on in his head, bro? But he decides to join, and he agrees. But no one really can tell why, because he can't speak. He's just there. And he's taken just maybe like after he's beaten the Inner Dragon, he doesn't really know what else to do. So DC finally, with Batman. Batman, I mean, you would think, why would he agree to something like this? You would definitely think it's a trap. But I think after realizing it's not a trap, by looking at the other competitors, like Goofy and Captain Underpants, for example, I think he'd realize, oh wait, this would be incredibly easy, and if he's telling the truth, then I'll be able to not only save Gotham City with the wish, but study a lot more about the multiverse and learn more about the multiverse. And then, obviously, he can do a bunch with that. He's freaking Batman. But, yeah, that's everyone. And that's gonna do it for this episode of Total Drama Multiverse, Season 2. This was just a yap fest, as lore episodes usually are. But I hope y'all still enjoyed, and I really hope to see you all in the second episode, which will be the actual game show beginning. So, catch y'all next time in Total Drama Multiverse Season 2. Goodbye, guys.